Okay, let's get started. So, see, when you talk about getting a good score in IELTS writing task 2, then there is one minor mistake that a lot of people do, a lot of people make, and the mistake is that they always try to write multiple ideas. Okay, firstly, secondly, finally, and they write like multiple ideas, like 4 to 5 ideas in just one essay. We are not going to do this. Okay, if you really want to improve your score, all you should focus on is just writing minimal ideas, like maybe one or two. Okay, just one or two ideas are enough per paragraph. I'm talking about. Okay, per body paragraph you can just write one or two paragraphs, and that is more than enough. One to two ideas. Now, the structure that we follow, that I generally recommend everybody, is that you write two ideas per body paragraph. Okay, we write two ideas per paragraph. In these two ideas, you have to focus on one thing, that one should be the primary idea. Okay, and the other one should be the secondary idea. Now, when you talk about the primary idea is the idea that covers most of the length of the paragraph, which means like the 70% part of your essay, sorry, 70% part of your body paragraph is going to be covered by primary idea. And after that, if you think that is enough, then it's okay. If you think that you need to elaborate more and you need some more support to that primary idea, then this idea, the secondary idea, is optional for you. Okay, it's not like important, like it's not compulsory to write it. But if you feel that the primary idea is not enough, then you can focus on, like, you can think of the secondary idea. Okay, now the structure of the primary idea should be that first of all you introduce the idea. The first step the that you do is that you introduce the idea first of all. So this will be the first step, step number one: introducing the idea, what the idea is. For example, if you are talking about advantages of something, then you will say that what is the advantage. If you're talking about disadvantages, you will say what is the disadvantage. Then, after the introduction of the idea, the second thing that you do is basically that you focus on the elaboration part. So you elaborate the idea. This is the step number two. Okay. And then step number three is that you support the idea. How do you support the idea? There can be multiple ways, but I generally prefer to write down like a related example of that particular case, or you can also show the result of the idea. Now, this should be the step by step process. Okay, so when you talk about the three parts of the idea, the primary idea, first of all, you introduce the idea, the introduction, the elaboration, and the support part. These three parts should be, they should be well connected with each other. Okay, they should be well connected and they should be well organized as well. Okay, connected and organized, this should be your focus. If you are able to achieve the connection and organization of the ideas, then you're good to go. And how do we connect them, how do we organize them? We connect them using the cohesive devices. Cohesive devices, the connectors that you think of, like in layman language we call them connectors. For example, however, whereas, although, all these. And you also use uh, you know um, something that is called referencing, referencing and substitution, which is basically achieved using pronouns in writing, or using referential words like such, or doing so, etc., do so, etc. These are the substitutional words or referencing words. We will make use of these, don't worry. Let's get to the uh, like topic, and I'll try to write one body paragraph for you using this idea. Okay, we will follow this particular idea and we will write down one particular paragraph. okay, using this. Let's go. So the topic is that caring for children is probably the most important job in the society, because of this, all mothers and fathers should be required to take a course that prepares them to be good parents. So basically, we are talking about parenting courses, or you can also name them as child care courses. Child care, child care courses. Okay. So here we are talking about parenting course or childcare courses. So they are saying that because it's very important to take care of a child, it's a very demanding job. So that's why it should be 100% compulsory for everybody, every single couple or every single parent, to attend these kind of courses. Do you agree or disagree? Now, if I say that I completely agree with this, if I say that I completely agree with this, then obviously I'm saying that yes, 100% it should be mandatory for all parents to attend these kind of courses, right? But if I say that I disagree 100%, then I'm saying that no, there is no gain in that. So parents should not be compelled to be a part of such courses, right? So these are the two different aspects are there. Am I clear? Other than that, what we can do is that we can have a partial opinion also. Like for example, we can say, so these kind of courses are good, right? They are helpful, especially if you are going to be parent for the first time, right? If you are going to be the parent for the first time, then you don't have enough experience of being parent, right? You don't know the needs of the child enough because you don't have the experience of handling the child. So I think that if you are a would-be parent, means you are going to be a parent for the first time, then it's gonna be useful for you. But I don't think that it's mandatory for all of the parents to join these kind of courses, because sometimes parents have other options available within their family. For example, they have their like elders in the family who have that kind of experience, like maybe the grandfather or grandmother of the child, who generally guides them, right? But in some families, they're like they're joint some families are joint families, so in case of joint families it's easier for people to get the alternatives. But on the other hand, some families are nuclear families, especially if you're living in a city. Then I think that for people, such kind of people who are living in a you know um, nuclear family, it's very beneficial for them to be a part of these kind of courses. So I'm gonna take a partial opinion here. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to say, first of all, we will rephrase it obviously. So we will say that considering the uh, importance or significance, you can say whatever you want, considering the importance of child care, all parents should be persuaded to join parenting courses that might help them in being a better, or here we can all people, we can say all people should be to be a better parent, or to be a better parent, or to be better parents. To be a better parent is better. So considering the importance of childcare, or parents or all people should be persuaded or should be compelled to join parenting courses that might help them to be a them in being a better parent or to be a better parent. Everything are like both are correct. So here I'll write my opinion that in my opinion, we will take a partial opinion that although uh, such kind of courses can be extremely beneficial for some of them, but making these mandatory for all is not a wise idea. This is what my opinion is. Okay, so here is my opinion. I'll highlight it using the blue color, and here is our rephrasing of the question. So this is the complete introduction, right? So we have rephrased the idea. Considering the importance of childcare, all parents or all people should be persuaded to join parenting courses that might help them in being a better parent. In my opinion, although such kinds of courses, is तरीके के courses, such kinds of courses can be extremely beneficial for some of them. Some of them who these, right? We have already discussed them. But making these mandatory for all is not a wise idea. These, what is these? These are childcare courses, obviously. So see how basically the pronouns are helping to connect the dots, right? So basically, these pronouns and referential words. This is such is a referential word. It's acting as a reference here, and these, them, they, these pronouns, they are helping us to connect this part of the introduction with the previous one, right? So this is how the connection is built up. This is how the coherence is maintained. Is that clear? The introduction simple. So according to this introduction, let's divide the content that we are going to write in body paragraph 1 and 2. So in body paragraph 1 and body paragraph 2 of our essay, what we are going to write in the first part of the essay is going to be covered in body paragraph 1. The first part is that we will talk about the reasons why parenting courses are beneficial, right? And in body paragraph 2 we will explain the reasons why these should not be compulsory to join for all. Simple, right? So let's get started. Why parenting courses are beneficial, or why parenting courses are beneficial, or can be, or could be, whatever you want to write, can be beneficial. uh I think, as I explained, that for the people who don't have alternatives for the guidance, who are living in a nuclear family and they don't have elders in their family to guide them, for those, and for people who are going to be parent for the first time, these courses are like a boon for them, right? So we will start with that. Let's start. So we will follow this particular structure here that I explained. Like we will write down one or two ideas, and the primary idea will be explained in three different parts. Okay. So first of all, we will introduce the idea, then elaborate, then support. How we will do that? Let's see that. So I'll start with this. So we will say, on the one hand, because we are going to talk about the benefits. On the one hand, uh, there are, on the one hand, I believe that uh, childcare courses can be uh, increasingly helpful uh, to those living in nuclear families, or just once again, I believe that childcare courses can be increasingly beneficial, helpful to a number of people because of the following reasons. The prominent one is that, so we will explain the first idea here. Okay, these can be beneficial for a number of people. How these are going to be beneficial, we will explain the reason now. The prominent one is that the first reason is that we will explain the primary idea now. We will divide it into three parts. First of all, we are going to introduce the idea. What is the reason why it's going to be beneficial? The prominent one is that uh, a large or an increasing number of individuals, especially those who are a part of nuclear families, do not have anyone, or usually do not have, families usually do not have anyone to guide them in their journey to be a better parent, or to be a better parent, to be a good parent, uh, leaving them with no other option but to join these courses. Okay, or we can say that parents making these courses a boon for them. Boon means vardhan, basically, like it's getting. So the first idea that comes to my mind, that why these kind of courses can be beneficial, is that the first idea is that a number of people, especially those who are living in nuclear families, usually don't have anyone to guide them in the journey to be a better parent, which leaves them with this option, which is a boon for them. These kind of courses are boon for them. How? So we will explain that now. How these kind of courses are a boon for them. How these kind of courses are helpful for them. So this is the introduction part. We have introduced the idea. This is the idea. The idea is that why these courses are beneficial. The idea is that most of the people don't have anyone to guide them in their family. That's why. How? We will explain. Elaborating further, unlike the past, most of the families nowadays are uh, nuclear ones, which uh, makes it, or which leaves would be parents with no other option but to join parenting courses in order to learn the best practices about caring a child. Leaves them with no other option but to join the parenting courses, which leaves would be parents with no other option but to join parenting courses in the absence of elders and the family. Parenting courses. I'll just use Oxford comma here. Okay. Uh, then after this, mm, so we have introduced the idea. The prominent one is this. Elaboration has done. No other option but in order to join the best, learn the best practices of a child, caring a child. Uh, resulting in, and the result, what happens in, or we can say resulting in की जगह पे ensuring a bright future for the child. We can say that, like, then caring for a child. Next is that we can just now see prominent one. This is the introduction. We introduced the idea first, then after an introduction we elaborated the ideas, right? You will see that these two are connected to each other, right? So after the elaboration, what we need to do is that we need to support the idea. Although I have already give the result here, but still we can do something that we can introduce a kind of example here. So for example, in India, for instance, a rapid surge has been noticed in the such has been noticed in the uh, in the enrollment of these kinds of courses over the recent few years or few decades because of this factor. Which factor? The factor that we explained above. This factor that most of the people are living in alone or in nuclear families because of this factor. So in India, for example, so this is the supporting idea. The supporting part. So what did we learn here? First of all, we introduce the idea, then we elaborate the idea, and after elaboration, we exemplify the idea, we support the idea. Now, this is your body paragraph one. If you feel that this is enough, then it's okay. Okay. But if you feel that this is not enough and you need more elaboration, you need more length, if you feel that this is not enough for the body paragraph, you can try to add one more idea in your body paragraph. But I think this is more than enough. Okay. The secondary idea is like it's supplementary, it's optional. If you want to add it, you can add it. If you want to skip it, you can skip it. But the focus should be on the elaboration part. So introduce the idea, elaborate the idea, and then support the idea using an example or the result. So if you try to read this now, see, on the one hand, I believe that childcare courses can be increasingly helpful to a number of people because of the following reasons. The prominent one is that an increasing number of individuals, especially those who are a part of nuclear families, usually don't have anyone to guide them in their journey to be a better parent, making these courses a boon for them. How? How these courses become a boon? We will elaborate that. Elaborating further, unlike the past, most of the families nowadays are nuclear ones, which leaves would-be parents with no other option. Would-be parents means the people who are going to be parent for the first time, with no other option but to join parenting courses in the absence of elderly in the family, in order to learn the best practices about childcare, ensuring a bright future for the child. In India, for example, a rapid surge has been noticed in the enrollment of these kind of courses over the recent few decades because of this factor. Which factor? The nuclear family factor. So this is how step by step add the layers in your body paragraph, and this is the ideal body paragraph that you should be writing. Although there are some things that can be changed, and there are some minor changes that can be done in this body paragraph also to make it better, but still this is something that you should be aiming for. Okay, so this is the idea. Okay, you can take a screenshot if you want. So again, introduce the idea, elaborate, support. Three parts, both the body paragraphs. Three steps. Focus on the elaboration and connection, not on writing a number of ideas.